Have you ever heard that France is home to thousands of picturesque villages, each with its own story to tell over centuries of existence? Indeed, spread across rolling vineyards, sun-drenched hills, and ancient forests, these small settlements are packed with rich history, vibrant traditions, and a timeless charm that larger cities often lack. Imagine strolling through a village perched on a rocky mountainside, each step revealing a vivid picture, preserving a heritage carefully preserved over centuries. In Provence, vineyards stretch across the hills and blanket villages throughout the region, producing some of the finest wines in the world. Further north, many medieval villages still retain old castles, sturdy walls, and ancient churches, which tell the story of knights and royal families of yore. In Burgundy, tranquil villages nestle along quiet rivers, where winter blankets the old rooftops in pure white snow. The Dordogne region has many old villages, known for their historical sites, rural landscapes, and agricultural life that has remained unchanged for centuries. Though small, these villages have a strong spirit, shaped by the landscape, the history, and the stories of the people who call them home. Join us as we explore the beautiful villages of France, uncovering hidden treasures that capture the soul of this timeless land. Siorac-en-Périgord is located in the Dordogne department of southwestern France, an area rich in medieval and prehistoric history. The village traces its roots to the Middle Ages, when fortified settlements were built to protect against invasions. Its location along the Vézère and Dordogne rivers made it strategically valuable for transportation and regional communication routes. Throughout the 12th and 13th centuries, Siorac-en-Périgord was part of regional disputes between French and English powers. The 100 Years' War brought hardship to the village, as shifting borders disrupted trade and agricultural productivity. Several old buildings in the village still reflect medieval construction methods, especially visible in the stone facades and roofs. In later centuries, the village became part of the province of Périgord, known for both cultural and agricultural significance. Siorac-en-Périgord gradually recovered, becoming a peaceful rural community focused on farming and local craftsmanship. By the 19th century, the arrival of the railway helped integrate the village into broader economic networks. Trade of wine, truffles, and walnut oil allowed residents to benefit from the rich land and local traditions. Many traditional homes in the village center were built or restored in the 1800s, reflecting local styles and materials. World War I and II brought losses to the village, with monuments honoring fallen soldiers from the community. After the wars, the region turned increasingly to tourism, with Siorac-en-Périgord benefiting from its preserved rural charm. Historical trails and walking routes highlight the area's heritage, connecting sites of interest including old mills and farmhouses. The village became part of the broader Périgord-Noir region, known for its historical villages and culinary specialties. Now, before we move on to the next destination, here's a fun question for you. What do French villages often have in the center? Comment your guess below. Lords who controlled this stronghold held considerable power and influenced politics across a vast region for many generations. Castle walls and fortified towers formed an impressive defense system that withstood numerous attacks throughout the centuries. Trade routes changed paths, causing this once important village to gradually lose its military and economic significance. Many residents chose to leave the area seeking safer places, with more economic opportunities and peaceful lives elsewhere. Skilled craftsmen and farmers remain, continuing their work to preserve traditions and support their community's survival through difficult times. Stone ruins still stand as silent witnesses to fierce battles, noble family legacies, and complex feudal hierarchies established centuries ago. Local legends passed down through generations add mysterious charm and depth to this ancient village's identity. Artistic inspiration flows freely among those captivated by Les Baux-de-Provence's striking landscapes and rich heritage. This village offers visitors a unique chance to step back into a time when castles ruled landscapes and warfare shaped destinies. Architecture from many centuries ago remains remarkably intact, providing insight into medieval construction techniques and lifestyles. Social and religious life thrived around the castle, with various ceremonies, markets, and gatherings held regularly. Lords of Les Baux maintained alliances and rivalries that influenced broader regional politics significantly. Local agriculture and trade continued, supporting the village economy even after its strategic importance diminished. Families who stayed contributed to maintaining cultural customs that remain visible today through festivals and crafts. The surrounding natural beauty enhances the village's appeal, combining historical charm with stunning views of Provence. The village's location at the entrance of a spectacular limestone gorge made it strategically important and visually stunning. Artisans specialized in faience pottery established workshops here, building a reputation that spread far beyond the village borders. Mountainous terrain shaped everyday life, with residents adapting farming and craftsmanship to steep slopes and rocky soil. During periods of conflict, the village served as a refuge for travelers and pilgrims seeking shelter and safety. Narrow streets wind through stone buildings that reflect a blend of medieval and Renaissance influences. Local legends speak of a golden star suspended by a chain between two cliffs, symbolizing faith and protection. Water from nearby springs powered mills and workshops, supporting economic activity throughout the centuries. The village's name reflects its deep connection to St. Mary, whose influence remains visible in local customs and architecture. Various powers contested control of the village, leaving behind architectural features that tell stories of resilience and adaptation. Skilled potters perfected glazing techniques passed down from generation to generation, preserving a unique artistic heritage. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. High above the Côte d'Azur, Sainte-Agnès clings to the mountainside with timeless poise and quiet strength. From distant ridgelines, the village resembles a painting. Soft light, terracotta roofs, and quiet lanes etched into the cliffs. Roads leading to the village are narrow and winding, especially in the final stretch through the mountain pass. Visitors reaching the summit often pause, not for the view alone, but for the stillness that surrounds them completely. Many homes are built directly into the rock, creating a compact structure that follows the slope of the hill. A former Maginot Line fort sits above the village, reminding visitors of its past military relevance. Buildings in the area are primarily constructed from stone, giving a uniform look that blends well with the surroundings. The air at this elevation feels dry and clean, with occasional breezes from the sea or mountain valley. Located in the Alsace region, Hunawihr attracts visitors with its unique combination of vineyards and half-timbered architecture. Surrounding the settlement, meticulously maintained vineyards produce some of the region's most celebrated white wines, including Riesling and Gewürztraminer varieties. Vineyards surrounding Hunawihr benefit from a unique microclimate, combining abundant sunlight with protective forested hills. These conditions contribute significantly to the high quality and distinctive flavors found in local Alsace white wines produced here. At the village center, a fortified church built in the 15th century stands as a symbol of local resilience and history. Wildlife enthusiasts appreciate the nearby natural reserve, which offers peaceful walking trails amid protected wetlands and diverse bird species. The combination of historic charm and vibrant agricultural activity makes Hunawihr a distinctive destination in eastern France. Tourists often enjoy cycling routes that connect Hunawihr with neighboring villages, allowing scenic exploration of the wine country. The village's layout follows medieval patterns, with houses clustered around the central church and narrow alleys branching outward. The presence of ancient walls and defensive structures reminds visitors of Hunawihr's strategic importance in the past. Panoramic views from nearby hills reveal vast landscapes covered with orderly rows of grapevines stretching toward the horizon. Nestled on a steep cliff, this village developed around a sacred site that attracted pilgrims during the Middle Ages. Religious significance increased after the discovery of a statue believed to possess miraculous powers, inspiring numerous visitors. Construction of chapels and sanctuaries took place steadily, reflecting the community's devotion and architectural ingenuity. A defensive castle was built to protect inhabitants and pilgrims from frequent invasions and regional conflicts. Economic activity grew as trade routes connected the village to other important towns across southwestern France. Monastic orders established themselves nearby, further cementing the village's spiritual importance. The village experienced decline at times due to wars and plague outbreaks, but managed to recover each period. Pilgrimages peaked during the 12th and 13th centuries when many traveled to pay homage to sacred relics. Local legends tell of saints and miracles that continue to enrich the cultural heritage of the area. Tourism gradually replaced religious visits as the main source of income starting from the 19th century onward. Modern infrastructure improvements allowed easier access while retaining the village's historic atmosphere. Nearby natural parks and caves attract adventurers interested in exploring the surrounding landscape. Government agencies and private organizations collaborate to protect both cultural and natural landmarks. The village's strategic position also provided vantage points for surveillance and defense in historic times. Have you ever visited the village of Rocamadour to see its historic pilgrimage sites? Comment 2 if yes, or 4 if no. Arriving travelers often experience a noticeable drop in temperature compared to nearby lowland towns, especially on windy days. Rainwater collection systems have been in place for decades, supporting sustainable water use among permanent residents. Even short walks between buildings involve noticeable changes in altitude due to the village's compact but vertical design. Trash disposal follows strict sorting rules, with separate collection zones located near entry points, outside the oldest sections. Each building's roof tiles show subtle variation in shade, often influenced by sun exposure and moss growth over time. Open spaces between homes remain rare, and most are intentionally preserved for air circulation rather than recreation. Night temperatures can fall quickly after sunset, regardless of daytime warmth, due to elevation and minimal urban insulation. Some residents keep window shutters closed through midday, particularly in summer, to reduce indoor heat accumulation. Control of this village shifted several times between regional powers, influencing its architecture and defensive structures still visible today. Economic growth flourished thanks to the fertile vineyards surrounding Riquewihr, establishing a strong tradition of winemaking in the area. Residents endured numerous sieges and conflicts during the 30 Years' War, which left marks on the village's fortifications. Trade alliances with neighboring towns strengthened Riquewihr's position as a vital commercial hub for goods moving across Europe. Religious influences shaped community life, with the Protestant Reformation and Catholic counter-movements impacting local culture deeply. Town walls and gates were expanded in the 16th century to accommodate increased population and defend against external threats. Despite wars and changing rulers, local families maintained continuous cultivation of vineyards, preserving ancestral winemaking techniques passed down centuries. Riquewihr's preserved Renaissance buildings today reflect its prosperous period under the Holy Roman Empire's influence. The village's location on a hill provided natural defense advantages that shaped its compact and organized layout. Inhabitants historically relied on agriculture, particularly grape growing, as the cornerstone of their economy and daily existence. Several historic events led to rebuilding efforts, especially after damages caused by invasions and natural disasters through the centuries. The introduction of railways nearby in the 19th century improved access to Riquewihr, stimulating modest tourism development. World War II brought occupation and turmoil, but the village avoided extensive destruction compared to larger cities in the region. Post-war restoration projects focused on preserving the original medieval charm while upgrading infrastructure for visitors. Our content is gathered from many sources. If you notice anything wrong or want to share anything, please comment below. I love when you share. Gruissan has a rich history dating back to medieval times, when its location near the Mediterranean Sea made it a strategic fishing and trading settlement. Over centuries, the village grew around its ancient harbor, benefiting from maritime commerce and coastal resources. The old village still preserves its historic architecture, including the iconic Tour Barberousse, which once served as a lookout against sea invasions. Proximity to the sea shaped local culture and economy, with fishing and salt harvesting playing important roles. In modern times, Gruissan has become famous for hosting water sport events, including the thrilling windsurfing races along its Mediterranean coast. These competitions attract athletes and visitors from around the world, contributing to the village's vibrant community life. Nestled along the Mediterranean coast, Ciotat's origins trace back to Roman times when it served as a small harbor. Throughout centuries, the village evolved into a prosperous fishing and shipbuilding center due to its strategic coastal location. The development of shipyards during the 19th century transformed Ciotat into a major maritime industrial hub in southern France. Many vessels built here played crucial roles in both commercial trade and military operations during various European conflicts. Historical records reveal that Ciotat was among the first towns to welcome steam-powered ships during the Industrial Revolution. The harbor's natural protection encouraged fishermen to settle, fostering a community centered around maritime livelihoods and traditions. The natural beauty surrounding Ciotat inspired artists and writers, contributing to the cultural richness of the region. Ciotat's shipyards faced decline in the 20th century, but influenced the city's economic diversification and urban growth. Ciotat endured occupation, yet local resistance efforts contributed to the liberation of the region. Post-war reconstruction emphasized preserving historic structures while modernizing port facilities to sustain economic activities. Tourism flourished as visitors came to enjoy the picturesque coastline, historical sites, and Mediterranean climate year-round. Urban expansion during the 20th century integrated nearby hamlets, transforming the village into a vibrant small city. Tucked within the Estéron Valley, Conségudes has existed for centuries as a secluded mountain village in southeastern France. Traditional stone houses with steep roofs dominate the village's architecture, reflecting the region's adaptation to heavy snowfalls each year. Residents rely primarily on agriculture and seasonal tourism, taking advantage of the pristine alpine landscape surrounding the settlement. The village experiences long, cold winters and mild summers, influencing the lifestyle and activities of its inhabitants. Conségudes serves as a gateway for hikers and climbers exploring nearby alpine trails and mountain peaks. Modern infrastructure remains limited, preserving the village's authentic atmosphere and preventing overdevelopment in this remote area. Changes in governance over the centuries shifted control between various feudal lords, leaving architectural and territorial imprints still visible today. Access to Conségudes is mainly through winding mountain roads, which add to its seclusion but charm for visitors. If you could spend a day in Conségudes village, what would you do? We would be delighted to hear your answer in the comments below. Nestled within the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region, Malaussène provides a tranquil setting surrounded by stunning mountain scenery. The village's architectural style showcases centuries-old designs, maintaining the genuine character common to rural southern France. Nearby hiking paths attract nature lovers eager to discover the area's remarkable landscapes and abundant wildlife species. Olive groves, vineyards, and other Mediterranean crops play a vital role in sustaining the village's traditional farming lifestyle. Cultural heritage here is maintained through local artisans who craft goods using techniques passed down through generations. Peace and simplicity characterize daily life in Malaussène. Thiery rests quietly beneath Brune Mountain's towering peaks, offering peaceful surroundings far from busy city life and noise. Adventurers often explore Broun Mountain's rugged terrain, discovering hidden trails and spectacular views that showcase the region's natural beauty. Cool breezes flow down the slopes, creating a refreshing environment that enhances the village's appeal for residents and visitors. Local culture remains deeply connected to Broun Mountain, inspiring traditional stories and celebrations that honor this majestic landmark. Perched high in the mountains, Coursegoules has long served as a strategic lookout point during medieval times. Ancient records reveal that this village played an important role in regional defense and trade routes centuries ago. Surrounding peaks provided natural protection, making Coursegoules a safe haven for villagers during periods of conflict. Cultural traditions in Coursegoules have been preserved through festivals celebrating the village's rich past and community spirit. Mountain trails near the village were historically used by travelers and merchants moving through the rugged terrain. Over generations, Coursegoules evolved from a defensive settlement into a peaceful village known for its scenic beauty. Historical documents mention the village's role in regional alliances formed to protect mountain territories from external threats. La Roque-Gageac is perched beside the Dordogne River, where cliffside houses blend seamlessly with towering rock faces. A mild microclimate allows unusual vegetation such as palm trees and mimosa to flourish within the village boundaries. Archaeologists have uncovered traces of ancient human activity in caves nestled within the limestone cliffs nearby. Strategic positioning along the Dordogne River allowed La Roque-Gageac to serve as a defensive stronghold during medieval conflicts. Kayaking along the calm Dordogne waters offers visitors a unique perspective of the village and surrounding landscapes. Annual cultural events highlight traditional foods and crafts, attracting tourists interested in regional heritage and festivities. The surrounding woodland hosts diverse fauna rarely seen elsewhere in this part of southwestern France. Elevated viewpoints afford stunning views over both the village's architecture and the gently winding river below. Nearby caves feature prehistoric paintings, enriching the area's archaeological importance and drawing scholarly attention. Historic buildings, like a fortress and a church, stand as reminders of the community's defensive and religious past. The fortress walls, constructed centuries ago, protected inhabitants from invasions and secured control over river traffic in the region. Religious influence shaped village life, with the church acting as a central gathering place for spiritual and social events. Trade flourished in the area due to river access, enabling exchange of goods that boosted the local economy significantly. Successive generations maintained ancient building techniques, preserving the village's unique integration with its natural cliffside environment. Historical records describe La Roque-Gageac as a vital waypoint for pilgrims traveling through southwestern France on religious journeys. Lanslebourg's position along the Alpine corridor made it essential for merchants traveling between France and Italy for centuries. Numerous stone pathways surround the village, leading hikers through scenic routes beneath towering snow-covered mountain peaks nearby. The village economy traditionally centered on pastoral farming and providing services to travelers crossing the challenging alpine terrain. Snow-capped summits dominate the horizon, creating dramatic landscapes that have influenced local culture and outdoor activities. Over many generations, Lanslebourg became a meeting point for different cultures blending Savoyard traditions with Alpine influences. Mountain peaks surrounding Lanslebourg serve as popular destinations for climbers and adventure seekers exploring the French Alps. In historic times, the village's inns and stables offered essential shelter for traders, braving the difficult mountain passes. Nestled among rolling hills and endless vineyards, this charming village enchants visitors with its rich history and natural beauty. Over centuries, the village grew around a monastic community that influenced its development and culture. Medieval architecture, including ancient churches and fortifications, still shapes the town's unique character today. The local wine trade expanded significantly during the Middle Ages, establishing the village's reputation worldwide. Many generations of winemakers have preserved traditional techniques, contributing to the village's lasting legacy in viticulture. Ancient cobblestone streets weave through stone houses, creating a timeless atmosphere full of character and stories. Passionate winemakers dedicate their lives to crafting exquisite wines that showcase the unique terroir of the Bordeaux region. Tourists eagerly explore vast underground cellars where centuries-old winemaking traditions are preserved and celebrated. Every corner of the village reveals fascinating tales of noble families, artisans, and vintners from long ago. Traces of Roman presence, including stone remnants and road foundations, suggest early interaction with expanding empires. Elevated position made the village valuable for surveillance, especially during periods of territorial tension across nearby valleys. Defensive ruins still remain, offering clues about earlier fortifications used by local populations to deter external threats. Religious sites were gradually established, indicating the area's growing significance within regional spiritual networks. Some historic dwellings contain architectural elements linked to medieval Alpine craftsmanship unique to high-altitude villages. Shifting control among noble families and governing powers altered local administration without erasing community identity. Artifacts unearthed from surrounding hillsides provide insight into agricultural practices sustained through centuries of adaptation. Located along the Creuse River, Gargilesse developed gradually as a quiet settlement during medieval times. Early records mention the village as a strategic crossing point for travelers and merchants navigating the region. Its economy historically relied on agriculture, benefiting from fertile lands surrounding the river valley. A significant church built during the 12th century became a focal point for local religious activities and gatherings. The village's small population contributed to preserving traditional customs and community cohesion. Gargilesse Castle, dating back to the 13th century, served as a fortress guarding the village against potential invasions. Its fortified walls and watchtowers provide vital protection during regional conflicts and feudal disputes. Restoration projects in recent decades helped maintain the castle's structural integrity and historical character. The peaceful surroundings of Gargilesse made it a refuge during turbulent periods, offering safety to nearby residents. Saint-Cyprien sits quietly in Dordoigne's lush valley, surrounded by diverse landscapes that create a peaceful and scenic atmosphere. The village's growth historically depended on nearby rivers and irrigation channels that supported farming and trade across the region. Traditional limestone houses display craftsmanship passed down through many generations, reflecting the area's rural architectural heritage. Most residents belong to families who have lived in Saint-Cyprien for multiple generations, creating a strong and close community bond. Surrounding forests offer habitats to various wildlife species and serve as popular sites for recreational activities. The local economy primarily relies on diverse crop cultivation and garden care, which sustain many households within the village. A centrally located church, built during the 15th century, remains vital to the spiritual life and communal events of the population. Preservation of ancient roads and buildings helps maintain Saint-Cyprien's authentic rural charm and historical significance within the Dordogne. Recently, the village has drawn more tourists interested in experiencing its rustic beauty and outdoor activities in natural surroundings. Harvest seasons bring lively fairs that promote local produce and traditional goods, strengthening community ties and economic vitality. Gardens around the village provide not only food, but also add lush greenery, enhancing the village's overall picturesque environment. Moss-covered stone walls give the village a distinct old-world character, creating an atmosphere that feels both historic and serene. Folktales and legends remain popular among residents, offering insights into the village's cultural roots and storytelling traditions. Several hills nearby offer panoramic views of Saint-Cyprien, surrounding fields, and the rolling countryside stretching far beyond. Community members continually work to balance economic progress with protecting the village's cultural identity and timeless rural appeal. Nestled beside one of France's largest natural lakes, this village has long been shaped by its unique geographical position. Settlement in the area began around the 12th century, when Benedictine monks established a modest monastic presence near the water. Monastic life gradually influenced the social and agricultural development, including construction of small chapels and early farming terraces. Various feudal authorities claimed control of the region over time, often reshaping political affiliations within the broader Comté territories. Documented land disputes and boundary reorganizations during the 15th century demonstrate the area's growing value within local governance. Agricultural customs established by early monastic rules contributed to a rhythm of seasonal work and collective food storage. Road links expanded slowly, and isolation preserved many traditional building techniques well into the 19th century. Fishing rights were contested for generations, with lake access serving as a critical economic asset for village households. Trade routes from Switzerland occasionally brought transient travelers, some of whom left written descriptions of lakeside life. Population growth remained modest, partly due to the village's elevation and difficult winter conditions. French revolutionary reforms changed local governance, leading to new civic systems and administrative renaming of the commune. The lake itself, once feared for sudden storms, gradually became a focal point for regulated fishing and winter ice harvesting. Touët-sur-Var, originally known as Touët di Boglio until 1860, has a rich history rooted in its strategic location in the Var Valley. The village developed around its medieval old town, perched on a rocky spur, featuring narrow stone streets and ancient architecture. It served as a cultural and defensive settlement amidst the rugged alpine foothills. The scenic Sienes River that flows through the village, highlighting its unique natural and cultural past. Documentation confirms ecclesiastical holdings began acquiring farmland through royal endorsements granted by Capetian influence. Abbey-led expansion included barn construction, path clearing, and freshwater access supporting isolated religious communities. Stone buildings surrounding Cadouin reflect Romanesque detailing, carved meticulously by craftsmen under Benedictine orders. Several bell towers still echo rhythms originally intended for prayer coordination and local scheduling. Markets flourished once clerical protections ensured peaceful exchanges between growers, traders, and wine merchants. Defensive embankments appeared following threats from regional militias attempting to control key river passages. Royal tax registries list annual outputs, indicating structured agrarian systems sustained daily food distribution. Peasant families leased orchards on hillside plots supporting cider production and herb cultivation. Shelter for itinerant monks required dependable woodcraft skills and permanent stone fixtures for long-term settlement. Boundary reforms merged neighboring jurisdictions, forming the current municipality under official documentation in 1974. Resting in the Alsace region, Kaysersberg developed as a strategic settlement during the Middle Ages, benefiting from its location near vital trade routes. The village flourished under the Holy Roman Empire's influence, with its fortifications reflecting the need for protection against regional conflicts. Lords of Kaysersberg played pivotal roles in local governance and defense, leaving behind impressive ruins still visible today. Throughout the centuries, Kaysersberg experienced multiple sieges, especially during the 30 Years' War, testing the resilience of its inhabitants. Reconstruction efforts often blended traditional Alsatian architectural styles with contemporary influences, preserving cultural identity. The village became a hub for artisans and merchants, contributing to its sustained economic growth. Political shifts between France and Germany in the 19th and 20th centuries shaped Kaysersberg's cultural heritage and language dynamics. During World War II, Kaysersberg endured occupation and witnessed resistance activities, of which remain part of local memory. Preservation initiatives in recent decades have emphasized maintaining the village's medieval character and natural surroundings. Tourism surged as visitors sought authentic experiences within its cobbled streets and historic landmarks. Historic documents reveal Kaysersberg's role as a regional market town, fostering trade in textiles and agricultural products. The village's layout retains medieval street patterns, highlighting careful urban planning from centuries ago. Restoration of the Château de Kaysersberg allows insights into feudal life and military architecture. Educators often use the village's history to illustrate broader European medieval and early modern periods. Crowned atop a rocky hill, Gordes has witnessed centuries of rich human occupation, dating back to prehistoric times. Excavations indicate that initial inhabitants utilized the region's rugged terrain and available resources for shelter and survival. Over many centuries, Gordes evolved into a fortified stronghold during the medieval period, protecting inhabitants from invasions. Lords and nobles constructed imposing stone structures that still dominate the village skyline today. Religious influence became strong as monasteries and churches were established in the surrounding region. During the Renaissance, Gordes saw the development of elegant homes reflecting the wealth of its inhabitants. Conflict occasionally disrupted the peaceful life, including attacks during religious wars in the 16th century. Resilience of the population ensured that Gordes retained its cultural heritage despite periods of turmoil. The village became a refuge for artists and writers in the 20th century, inspiring creativity. After World War II, tourism emerged as a key aspect of the local economy, revitalizing the village. Narrow cobblestone streets and stone houses remain largely intact, offering visitors a glimpse into the past. Architectural restoration projects have helped protect medieval ramparts and historic landmarks. Surrounding landscapes continue to influence the village's identity, blending natural beauty with human craftsmanship. Gordes represents a harmonious balance between history, culture, and nature, attracting people worldwide. The village stands as a testament to centuries of resilience, art, and tradition in Provence. Balazouk traces its roots to the Gallo-Roman period, when settlers established small farms near the Ardèche River. Centuries of rural development allowed the village to thrive through fishing, livestock rearing, and river trade connections. Across long periods, Balazouk became a center for small-scale trade in local goods, like wool, honey, and hand-forged tools. The river served as a natural transport route, linking villagers to neighboring hamlets for commercial and social exchange. Several natural caves in the cliffs were once used for storing tools, helping safeguard them from raiders. Balazouk faced military threats during feudal disputes, prompting defensive cooperation among nearby communities. No major fortress was built, but watch posts and signaling systems helped ensure the safety of its inhabitants. Religious influence came primarily from small chapels and traveling monks who passed through the area on foot. Wartime skirmishes rarely reached full battles, but local stories still recount heroic resistance in hidden shelters. Stone paths once connected Balazouk to other remote villages, forming a regional network long before modern roads. Seasonal migration occurred as families moved between riverbanks and higher ground depending on flood risks. By the 18th century, the population shifted toward more permanent dwellings due to better land ownership systems. In the 19th century, written documents began recording community decisions, agricultural yields, and land use changes. Technological advances were introduced slowly, with electricity and plumbing arriving long after nearby towns received them. From its upper terraces, one can see distant hamlets, winding roads and scattered vineyards across the Provençal countryside. Beneath the village's church spire lie centuries of quietly preserved cultural and architectural continuity. Each stairway and alley seems to carry echoes of a slower agrarian rhythm still pulsing beneath the surface. Dominating the skyline, cypress trees and ancient rooftops form an iconic silhouette recognizable in regional postcards. Travelers often pause to admire the sunset, when golden light blankets the stone houses in warm, glowing hues. Few places in the region combine agricultural heritage and quiet sophistication as effortlessly as this hilltop settlement. Uzès is a village where medieval castles rise above sunlit squares, and every winding street feels like a scene from a storybook. Yet beneath its postcard-perfect charm lies over 2,000 years of rich history. Once known as Usetia, this Roman settlement supplied fresh water to the grand city of Nimes through an impressive aqueduct, the same engineering marvel that created the iconic Pont du Gard. As you wander through Uzès today, traces of its layered past appear at every corner, from ancient stone arches to bustling squares that have hosted everything from medieval fairs to lively modern festivals. Uzès even played a secret role during World War II, when a cryptography unit operated from a chateau here, quietly decoding enemy messages far from the front lines. Who would have thought such a peaceful village held such incredible secrets? From Roman wonders to medieval charm and wartime intrigue, Uzès is a place where history whispers through every stone. Marvejols is a charming historic village nestled in the heart of France, surrounded by the gentle rolling hills of the Massif Central. Since 1983, it has been twinned with Cockermouth, a village over 1,600 kilometers away in England. More than 7,000 people from both communities have taken part in this unique cultural exchange. Over the years, this friendship has flourished, nurtured by the passion and warmth of the local residents. Marvejols proves that even small villages can forge lasting bonds across borders. Girolata is a tranquil hamlet nestled in the southern part of the Scandola Nature Reserve in Corsica. This tiny settlement lies approximately 35 kilometers from Porto, encircled by dramatic crimson cliffs and the sparkling sea. Positioned on a peninsula, the village boasts a quaint beach and an ancient Genoese tower that stands proudly above. Below, a natural cove shelters small yachts that cruise along the coastline. Despite its modest size, Girolata provides lodging and dining options for visitors. During peak season, the village transforms from a serene retreat into a bustling destination for tourists. The highlights here include breathtaking landscapes, diverse wildlife, and exceptionally clear turquoise waters. There are no roads accessing Girolata, so visitors must either take a boat ride from Porto, Calvi, or Cargese, or trek from Col de la Croix, a journey that takes roughly 90 minutes. Although reaching Girolata can be challenging, it rewards travelers seeking a peaceful getaway in Corsica. Ainhoa is a charming village located in the Pyrénées-Atlantiques department of southwestern France, near the Spanish border. Founded in the 13th century by Premonstratensian monks, it was established as a fortified town to aid pilgrims traveling to Santiago de Compostela. The village is renowned for its traditional Basque architecture, featuring half-timbered houses with red shutters and flower-adorned balconies. Visitors often admire the Notre-Dame d'Aranzazu chapel, perched on a hill offering stunning panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. Recognized as one of the most beautiful villages of France, Ainhoa beautifully preserves its rich history and vibrant Basque culture. This charming village features medieval stone streets and ancient doorways that reflect its rich historical heritage. Vineyards surrounding the area produce renowned wines under a prestigious appellation, showcasing the region's agricultural tradition. It has a long history dating back to Roman times, with many historical landmarks that tell story of its past. Throughout centuries, the village has preserved its cultural heritage, reflecting a deep connection to its historical roots and traditions. The village of Revest-les-Eaux perches gracefully on a rugged cliff, its time-worn stone houses and ancient watchtower gazing over the lush green valley like quiet guardians of history. Narrow cobbled paths meander past ivy-draped rooftops, all converging around a proud medieval tower. Cradled by majestic mountains, the village is a haven for nature enthusiasts, curious wanderers and lovers of art and history alike. Come spring, the hillsides are brushed with lavender hues, and the hum of bees carries softly through the breeze. Situated atop rich ochre deposits, Roussillon developed a thriving industry based on extracting vibrant natural pigments. Economic growth in this region was strongly influenced by ochre's importance in coloring fabrics during earlier centuries. Buildings throughout the village showcase a palette of reds and yellows that reflect the Earth's mineral wealth. Located in a strategic spot, Roque-en-Provence developed around agriculture and defense systems established during medieval times. Strongholds and watchtowers were constructed to protect inhabitants from frequent regional conflicts and rivalries throughout the Middle Ages. Local rulers influenced the village's growth, negotiating power and land ownership with neighboring territories for centuries. The cultivation of olives and grapes became essential economic activities, sustaining residents and shaping cultural traditions. Recent restoration projects have focused on conserving ancient stone buildings, helping preserve the village's historical atmosphere for future generations. Set in an ancient valley, Saint-Guilhem-le-Désert has an atmosphere that is both haunting and profound. The towering cliffs of the Gorges de l'Hérault surround the village like natural guardians carved by time and river. Echoes of centuries past can still be felt when standing near the ruins of Verdun Castle or the Giant, perched high above. At the heart of the village is the Abbey courtyard, where the mountain air blends with quiet spiritual devotion. No matter the season, a certain silence defines the village, full, alive, and filled with an invisible presence. Medieval origins define Saint-Agnès, with fortifications constructed to protect its inhabitants from regional conflicts centuries ago. Monks once settled nearby, influencing local culture through religious practices and the establishment of ancient chapels and monasteries. Strategic location atop a hill allowed Saint-Agnès to control trade routes connecting surrounding valleys during turbulent periods. Architectural remnants include fortified walls and narrow streets designed for defense against invading forces and bandits. Slowly, the settlement transformed, blending ancient customs with emerging crafts and farming practices for sustainable growth. Nestled in Burgundy, Pommard is renowned for producing some of France's finest red wines. Vast green vineyards stretch across rolling hills, forming the heart of the prestigious Pommard wine region. Traditional stone houses and charming streets create a peaceful atmosphere for visitors exploring this historic village. Wine lovers from around the world come to taste carefully crafted Pinot Noir in local cellars. Some travelers choose Lacanau specifically to avoid overdeveloped tourist hubs along the southern parts of the French coast. Many residents support environmental rules that restrict new construction near the coastline to protect native ecosystems. Few villages in the region offer both surf-friendly waves and direct access to forest trails within walking distance. Occasional storms reshape the beach line, requiring local authorities to monitor erosion and adjust safety measures annually. Minerve was a Protestant stronghold during the Wars of Religion, leaving traces of its turbulent past. Set amidst rolling hills, Minerve offers a tranquil retreat with stunning countryside views. Ancient walls still surround parts of the village, a nod to its role in past conflicts and regional defenses. Nestled atop a limestone plateau, Domo offers breathtaking views of the Dordogne River and surrounding valleys. The village was established as a fortified bastide in the 13th century, designed to protect inhabitants from invasions. Ancient ramparts still surround the village, serving as a testament to its strategic importance during turbulent times. Visitors often explore the famous caves beneath Dom, which contain prehistoric engravings dating back thousands of years. Throughout history, Dom played a significant role in regional conflicts and was a refugee for many during wars. Byrolles is a charming old village perched at 830 meters high in the Alpes Maritimes Mountains, overlooking the Tinée Valley. The village is also known for the Sainte Marguerite Church, built on the edge of a cliff, featuring an asymmetrical facade and housing valuable artworks. The village of Simiane-la-Rotonde traces its origins to the medieval period, when its fortified castle served as a noble stronghold. Over centuries, the Rotonde, a unique circular keep, became a symbol of feudal power and regional defense in Haute-Provence. Nobles from the Simiane family played a significant role in shaping local governance and maintaining influence throughout the Luberon area. Loris, nestled in Provence, showcases charming homes overlooking expansive vineyard fields stretching across the countryside. This village offers a peaceful atmosphere where agricultural tradition blends seamlessly with scenic natural beauty. Its scenic setting attracts visitors seeking both natural beauty and a peaceful retreat from urban life. Rich in history, Hunawihr features ancient architecture alongside modern amenities, blending tradition with comfort. Perched atop a hill, this charming village offers breathtaking views of rolling vineyards and ancient stone houses. From a distance, the village appears as a picturesque cluster of terracotta roofs, nestled among vibrant green hills. Aiglun is a small village located in the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region of southeastern France, known for its stunning mountain scenery. The village retains its traditional charm with narrow streets and historic stone houses. It's an ideal destination for nature lovers, hikers, and anyone eager to explore the culture of the French mountains. Nestled high in the mountains, this charming place offers breathtaking panoramic views of the surrounding valleys. Its origins date back to medieval times, with many buildings reflecting centuries of history. The village played a quiet but important role during regional conflicts in the Middle Ages. Traditional crafts and customs have been preserved here through generations, keeping its heritage alive. Today, visitors can still see ancient ruins and historic landmarks that tell the story of its past. Saint-Antonin is a French village located in the Alpes-Maritimes department, in the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region. The village is the starting point for many hiking trails that pass through the scenic Préalpes. Its history dates back to the medieval period, when it served as a small fortified settlement in the hills. The village took its name from Saint-Antonin, a Christian martyr whose legacy spread across southern France. During the Middle Ages, it played a modest role in regional trade routes between Provence and the Alps. Old stone houses and narrow streets still reflect the village's centuries-old architectural style. Perched nearly 940 meters above sea level, it offers stunning views over the Estéron Valley and the surrounding forested hills. The village dates back to the 13th century and was once known as Tourette-Revest. Its name reflects both its medieval roots and the remains of fortifications that once stood here. Stone houses and quiet lanes give the village a timeless, peaceful atmosphere. The Baroque-style church of Saint-Jacques and the small chapel of Sainte-Anne are highlights for visitors interested in local heritage. Collonges is a peaceful village nestled in the hills of southeastern France, offering stunning views and a quiet retreat from busy city life. With its charming stone houses and narrow streets, Collonges invites visitors to experience authentic Provençal culture and warm local hospitality. Medieval origins characterize Belvès, with its fortified structures protecting residents through numerous conflicts over centuries. Positioned strategically, this village served as a defensive stronghold during regional wars and power struggles. Architectural elements such as ramparts and towers highlight the settlement's importance in past military endeavors. Economic activities included agriculture and craftsmanship, supporting the local community's survival and prosperity throughout history. Cultural traditions developed uniquely within Belvès, influenced by both Occitan and French customs over time. Significant renovations in the 19th century helped preserve many original stone buildings still admired today. Cliffs rising sharply from the sea define Étretat, resting on the shores of the English Channel with a dramatic profile. The village earned renown as a creative hub where painters and writers gathered for artistic stimulation. Among its most recognized landmarks are the natural arches carved by persistent erosion over hundreds of years. Balance between environmental forces and cultural heritage remains central to Étretat's lasting appeal. Rochefort-en-Terre's origins date back to the Middle Ages, where its strategic position made it an important fortified settlement in Brittany. Over centuries, the village flourished as a center of local trade and craftsmanship, preserving its medieval architecture remarkably well. The village faced various conflicts, but managed to maintain its charm and historical significance through careful restoration efforts in modern times. From afar, Saint-Saturnin-lès-Apt looks like a peaceful gem set among rolling hills, with stone houses blending beautifully with nature. From a distance, the village is bathed in warm, golden sunlight, creating a breathtaking scene. St. Martial is a charming village nestled in the heart of the Cevennes Mountains, offering stunning views of lush forests and rugged landscapes. This peaceful village reflects traditional Provençal architecture with stone houses and narrow streets that invite visitors to explore. Surrounded by natural beauty, St. Martial provides a perfect retreat for those seeking tranquility and outdoor adventures in the Gard region. In the tranquil Gard countryside, Pompignan reveals a captivating blend of rustic beauty and timeless tradition. This quaint village, framed by lush vineyards and sun-kissed fields, invites visitors to slow down and savor the peaceful rhythm of rural life. With its historic charm and welcoming locals, Pompignan offers an authentic taste of Provence's enduring spirit. Perched near ancient volcanic landscapes, Moustiers offers breathtaking views of forested valleys and dramatic mountain silhouettes. The iconic fortress dominates the skyline, evoking tales of medieval knights and forgotten battles. Cobblestone paths wind through peaceful meadows, leading to quiet corners rich with heritage and natural wonder. This is a village perched on a mountainside at the foot of Mont Vial, standing on a rocky spur over 300 meters high. From this dramatic position, it offers sweeping views over the Var Valley and the Estéron Valley. Tucked away in the hills of Alpes Maritimes, Ascros is a quiet mountain village rich in rural charm and heritage. Its stone houses and narrow lanes reflect centuries of history, surrounded by rugged landscapes and sweeping views. The people of Ascros, known as Ascrosois, preserve a strong sense of tradition and community in this peaceful corner of southern France. Nestled in the lush rolling hills of the French Basque Country, Irissery offers a peaceful retreat, surrounded by vibrant greenery. The village is characterized by traditional Basque architecture, with whitewashed houses and red-tiled roofs blending harmoniously with the landscape. Visitors to Hunawihr can enjoy serene walking paths, local culture, and a glimpse into rural life in southwestern France. Exploring the charming villages of France reveals timeless traditions and breathtaking landscapes that leave every traveler with unforgettable memories to cherish forever. From cobblestone streets to historic castles, French villages offer a peaceful escape where culture, history, and natural beauty seamlessly intertwine. Visiting these picturesque villages allows you to step back in time and experience the authentic heart and soul of France's rich heritage. Each village in France tells its own unique story, inviting visitors to immerse themselves in local customs, cuisine, and warm hospitality. A journey through France's countryside villages promises tranquility, stunning scenery, and genuine moments that will inspire your wanderlust again and again.